a lot of black women are told that, you know, if they want to pull a rich man, they got to have on a white woman wig too. That's the core of it. That's the core of it. So they like, well, the rich white men don't like natural hair. You know what I'm saying? They like the rich white men don't like natural hair. If you want to pull a rich white man, you got to have on a white girl wig. So the Real Housewives, there you go. You say that. The Real Housewives, white women wigs. Yep. You want to pull you a baller man because the dudes with money, even if he black, he pulling the Latina, he pulling the white girl, he pulling the Asian girl, right? So if that black woman want to compete with him, she can't pull up to Mr. NBA All-Star MVP with her afro. He ain't going for that, is he? When he got Suella and Marisol and Ling Ling over there with their straight hair, she got to put on her white woman wig too, right? So that's the perception. How as a black woman you gonna pull up to the black tie gala affair with all the CEOs and the corporate executive colleagues and the law firm partners there in your afro and your cornrows? Right? How you gonna do that? You know, here's the kicker. During slavery and segregation, black hair was frequently stigmatized by European standards of beauty, leading some black women to alter their hair, chemically or with heat, in hopes of better social and economic acceptance. Boom. And now the self-hatred has been so woven into the culture that it doesn't even feel like hatred anymore. It's just, I get up and I'm just gonna put on a white woman wig, and that's just what I do. Right? It's not even a thought anymore. It's just your morning routine. I got to put on my white woman wig before I go outside. I can't go outside looking African. Right? That's a looking African is a slur. You know what I'm saying? That's a slur. That's terrible. That's terrible. But I think with the whole addressing the white woman wigs, I think that came into play with the whole aspiration of luxury. You know what I'm saying? I think when you had Puffy with the shiny suit era and things like that. That was a real cultural push. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of money back behind those kind of things. And you watching the girls in the rap videos and they got on the white woman wigs. You know what I mean? And young girls are seeing this, what they thinking. And then they seeing their mamas and their aunties and their older sisters with these white woman wigs on, what they thinking. You know what I'm saying? And then they go to school, and then the one girl in the school who got their tax return, you know what I'm saying? And she come up to the school with her new weave and her new sewing. You know what I'm saying? And all the boys is like, yo, look. You know what I'm saying? And then all the other girls are seeing the attention that she get. And when they go home to their mama, what they say, mama, can you give me a hairstyle like? And I don't know if they were in the beauty salon, they got it like the barbershop. But you know, in the barbershop, you can pick a number and tell the barber, yo, let me get a number 9. You know what I'm saying? He got to say less. You know what I'm saying? What that little girl, when her mama take her to the beauty salon, what she telling? Oh, such and such had on a hairstyle like this with the crimp and the curl and the you know what I'm saying? And so it becomes it's a locomotive. It's a freight train. You can't stop it. You know what I'm saying? From when they're young, they see this when they're young, and they see the go getter, boss babe, boss chick. You know what I'm saying? Got it going on. Miss got it going on. And what she got on? A white woman wig. You know what I mean? Miss you go girl politician, Miss sister. She got it going on. What she got on? A white woman wig. So now, what's this young black girl supposed to think? What's she supposed to think? What's she supposed to aspire towards when she's addressing personally her one currency, that a woman's currency, which is her beauty, right? A man's currency is his utility. A man has to be useful. He has to be good for something, right? A woman's currency is her beauty. You know what I'm saying? How attractive is she, right? So when she's measuring her currency, when she's measuring her beauty, what does she have to measure it up against? So I can see the social pressure of it. When you take your white woman wig off and you go sit in your cubicle with your natural hair, and then your white coworkers is coming up to you like, oh my gosh, is everything okay? How that's gonna work? I understand. I get it. I see why. I see the pressure. I ain't gonna say I understand, because I'm not a woman. I've never been a woman, but I see it. I get it. I acknowledge it. Straightened hair is still sometimes considered more professional or acceptable in Western workplace and educational settings. Damn. So what God gave you, so God ain't good enough. That's basically what they said. What God gave you ain't good enough. Yes, this entire show I've been bashing the white woman wigs. However, it's also important to give credence to the difficulty of taking care of natural hair. Like as I'm speaking right now, my son, he just cut off his dreads. because he's in a different place in life, and it's become too hard to manage. Just managing his dreads. When he was home under my roof, you know, he was able to get his hair done whenever he wanted, and so on and so forth. But now that he's living in a different circumstance, it's become more just managing all that hair has become more cumbersome for him. You know what I mean? So I do have a respect for the duty that natural hair is. You know what I mean? It is work. It is. You know, the more hair, the more work. I get that. So I say, in spite of everything else I said about the white women wigs and the epidemic of young black women balding before 50, you know what I mean? Natural hair is work. So let me establish that and break that down so it can forever and consistently be broke. This talk is to give advice, education, and awareness, as well as a sprinkle and hint of shame. Of shame, yes. You should be ashamed of the fact that you cannot. You should be ashamed of the fact that God ain't good enough for you. What God gave you isn't good enough for you. You should be ashamed of the fact that you've been brainwashed and conditioned. It's not even a self-hatred anymore. It's just a conditioning now. You don't even think about it. You've been habitualized, if that's a word, to just put on a white woman wig, or to just glue your scalp, glue the hair and rip it off of your scalp. Like you know what they call that? The waxing. You pretty much waxing your scalp. You know what I mean? There should be a degree of shame to it. And if you think that's what's going to get you a baller man, is putting on these white women wigs, is going to get you a baller man, a rich man, at some point, long enough, you know what I'm saying, after enough bills are paid, you're going to have to take off that white woman wig. So basically, healthy hair comes from the inside out. Hormonal issues and health issues. So the reason I'm addressing this video is because I'm seeing a majority, not a majority, but I'm seeing a lot of these women wearing these white girl hair weaves, and when they take it off, they're damn near bald. You know what I mean? And what's alarming to me is that they're nowhere near 50. They're nowhere near menopause or any kind of geriatricness. You know what I mean? And that's alarming. It's a problem. This is how ridiculous it is. They'll wear the stocking cap. They'll put the glue on the stocking cap and then put the white woman wig over the glue over the stocking cap. That's crazy. Like, yo. or they'll put the stocking cap on, or they'll glue the stocking cap to their foreheads and then cut it so that it can look like a natural hairline, and then glue the white woman wig to the stocking cap. It's just nuts. It's just nuts. And see, here's the scary part. Now you're beholden to these white woman wigs, and you're gluing your scalp and ripping your hair out. But you're doing it for the men. Come on, don't lie, ladies. You're doing it for the men. But at some point, you're gonna have to take that wig off. Where's the moment of truth? You're gonna have to take the wig off at some point. You're gonna have to show that you're balding at some point. You know what I mean? And you've put so much energy into hiding it. To now, when you come across a man that you actually like and want to be with, and so on and so forth, and you want him to be honest with you, don't you? But you can't be honest with him because you spent so much of your life preoccupying yourself with a white woman wig. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be talking like this if I didn't care. You know what I mean? Pretty much. And see, the women I see so beholden to the white woman wigs are the ones who are in a line of work where they make a living off of their appearance. You see what I'm saying? And so they put so much energy into building the facade with the white woman wig on. So it's like, how do they give their scalp a break? With their lifestyle set up the way they are, and the perception and the image and the facade that they've built, how do they give their scalp a break? That's the question.